Hello and welcome back to Desert DIY. Today I'm going to have a really quick video for you where I flip this dresser that I got as a free Facebook find. I wanted to try something new with this dresser, so I'm going to be painting it pearl white. And of course, the first step I'm going to do is remove the hardware because I will be changing that. This hardware was actually really hard to get out, those screws. They were in there so tight, it took so long. Now I'm just going to be doing the light sanding on top of this piece. And I'm using 220 grit in my sander there, and I just smooth sand all of the flat surfaces on here and just get it prepped for paint. Now I'm going to use my handy dandy blower attachment on my air compressor and blow off any dust that is on there. I make sure to do a really thorough job on this part though. Today's video is going to be a collaboration with a good friend of mine, Casey from Coffee with My Sunshine. She is in full fall mode right now, so please go check out her channel. She is also making over a dresser for her video, and I'm sure it's really great. Now for the paint, I used some flat white enamel paint, and you can use whatever brand you want here. And then I added in a pearlescent mixing medium, which I just found on Amazon and decided I wanted to experiment with. I had no idea how it was going to turn out, and I've never done anything like this before. So you are seeing me do the trial and error in this video as well. And here's a look at how it looked the first and second time I added in more pearl, and I also watered it down just a little bit because it was pretty thick. That pearl mixing medium was thicker than the paint itself. And I wouldn't follow the directions on the pearl mixing medium for the amount that you're going to use. I would just look at it and decide if it's going to be pearlescent or sparkly enough for what you want to do. That's what I did, and I ended up using way more than what it suggested to use, and it looked really great. Here's a close-up of how I painted the front of the dresser. I just wanted to give you guys a real-life, real-time look at how I paint, and this pearlescent paint is really smooth. It goes on really nice. I love it. And I had so much fun watching the sparkles come to life on this thing. It did need quite a few coats, so after the first coat I will give you a quick peek of the difference between what one coat and two coats looks like. I chose Clark & Kensington paint for this because it's a good quality paint, and it was at the hardware store where I was at the time, so I just picked some up. But you can choose whatever paint you want in whatever color you want and add any kind of pearl you want to your project. So you don't have to do white like I did. You can do whatever you want to do and get a really cool effect. Here's the difference between one coat and two coats. I just wanted to point this out because sometimes the first coat can seem like it's covering really well, but in reality it's going to have a lot of shadows, and you need to go in with another coat anytime you're painting a light color over a dark color especially. Sometimes it takes more than two coats too. Now I'm going to finish the whole second coat on here, and then the next step that I do is to flip the piece on its back. You may have noticed that I didn't start upside down like I usually do. The reason for that is this piece is way too heavy for me to flip, and the drawers don't come out, which is kind of strange, I know. So I use this method instead. After this, I went ahead and started my clear coat, which was a clear gloss finish, and I mixed in this pearlescent mixing medium again into my clear. And you're going to do a very light dusting from further away and do several coats of this. I did more than 3. It also takes a long time to dry, so keep that in mind in between coats. You might want to wait a day in between coats. Pearl takes forever to dry. Here are the handles that I chose for this piece. I got them off Amazon, and I will link these as well as the pearlescent mixing medium in my Amazon store. But here's how it turned out, guys. I am in the middle of making over my master bedroom, and I thought that doing this pearl white dresser would just give this big, huge, bright, happy pop of light color to my dark room because my house doesn't get a lot of good light. Let me know what you think, or if you have any comments, leave them down below and I will get back with you as quick as possible. I love talking with you guys. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and thank you, Casey, for doing this collaboration with me. Love you, girl. Don't forget to look at her video. I have it linked down below.